work with the fire department to remove any in and out of the building. That is also an option. It just means we have to actually all agree on where those places are gonna go and know that there may be traveling in between, so there still will be some concessions.
Appreciate the fire department opening up their facility as well, being willing to change some locks to accommodate the adjustments.
Any other comments from either of you guys? No? Council? Thank you. I need a motion to approve the ratification of the resolution. Motion by Councilman Henderson, second by Councilman Deeds. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Item 9, consideration and possible action concerning an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Dickinson, Texas, affecting participation of the city employees in the Texas Municipal Retirement System, granting the additional rights, credits, and benefits authorized by sections 852-2005 of Title B, Government Code as amended, providing for the incorporation of the premises and providing an effective date.
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Wilson to approve, second by Councilman King. Any
Excuse me,
discussion?
two. Yeah, so moved in two.
Motion to approve the resolution, the ordinance in 2 readings, second by Councilman King to that effect. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Item 10, consideration possible action concerning an ordinance of the City of Dickinson, Texas, deleting subsection F, school zones of section 10-3, traffic control devices of chapter 10, motor vehicles and traffic of the City of Dickinson Code of Ordinances, and adopting a new subsection F, school zones, providing for the incorporation of a preamble, providing for a penalty not to exceed $200 for each violation, and providing a repealer clause, a savings clause, a severability clause, and an effective date.
Motion to approve it too.
Motion to approve in 2 readings by Councilman Decker, second by Councilman Henderson. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 11 is a public hearing concerning ZMC-18-1926, a request to amend the official zoning map and future land use map from general commercial to conventional residential on property legally described as abstract 19, Perry and Austin Survey, part of lot 141-1, Dickinson, Edition D, in the city of Dickinson, Galveston County, Texas, 77539. We will open the public hearing at 8:06. Zach?
Mayor and Council, obviously the item before you is a particular lot off of Birch Street in town. It was previously owned by Pine Drive Community Church. They have since sold it to Mr. Bland. He has taken ownership of the property. Back in 2001, when zoning was adopted, the property was zoned as general commercial, obviously because of the church owning it. And so since it has since sold to Mr. Bland, he's looking to build a home on the property. It meets all the regulations, size and stuff for a normal residential lot, so he's just looking to rezone it to fit his needs there now. So
Okay.
that's all I have.
Is the applicant here?
Yes.
Does the applicant want to make a statement?
Not really,
You don't have to.
but I'm just planning on building a house there.
Okay. Anyone here to speak in favor? Anyone here to speak opposed? We're going to adjourn the public hearing at 8:07. Item 12, consideration possible action concerning ordinance zoning case ZMC-18-1926, an ordinance of the City of Dickinson, Texas, amending the comprehensive zoning ordinance of the city, ordinance number 420-2001, is heretofore amended so as to rezone approximately 0.423 acres legally described as abstract 19 Perry and Austin Survey lot of lot 141-1 Dickinson Edition D, generally located north of East FM 517 and west of Birch Street in the city of Dickinson, Galveston County, Texas, from general commercial to conventional residential, directing a change accordingly in the official zoning map and future land use map of the city, providing a penalty amount not to exceed $2,000 for each day of violation hereof, and providing a repealer clause, a savings clause, a severability clause, and an effective date.
Move to approve.
Motion by Councilman Wilson to approve, second by Councilman Henderson. Discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 13, consideration possible action concerning an ordinance of the City of Dickinson, Texas, deleting section 12-176, cost of abatement of the violation of chapter 12 offenses miscellaneous of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Dickinson, Texas, adopting a new section 12-176, cost of abatement of the violation of chapter 12 offenses miscellaneous of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Dickinson, Texas, providing for the incorporation of preamble and providing an effective date. Motion by Councilman Wilson to approve, second by Councilman Deeds. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Consideration possible action concerning a resolution of the City Council of the City of Dickinson, Texas, authorizing an interlocal agreement with Galveston County and the City of Leech City for the Pin Oak Drive renovation project, providing for the incorporation of a preamble, authorizing the city administrator to execute such agreement on behalf of the City of Dickinson and providing an effective date.
So moved.
Motion by Councilman King to approve, second by Councilman Decker. Discussion?
Mayor,
Yes.
may I briefly, the agreement that's before you has two parties, City of Dickinson and City of Leech City. The issue came up, as y'all remember, we had a little issue about ETJ several years ago. So I posed a question of whether or not Texas City's ETJ was underlying under this property. And I think we have confirmed that it is. So we will need to tweak this agreement to add Texas City as an obligation. Texas City would be solely to release it from the ETJ and eliminate any argument they could make that it reverted back to that city's ETJ at the same time.
I thought Texas City released all the ETJ on the north side of the city.
I don't know that.
Well, apparently that piece got left out.
Well, so we just have an exhibit that shows that where it is underlined, so we're just going to be overly cautious and just so that we have that language specifically tied with this one so that there's no question in the future.
It's really, and we've been in discussions with Texas City, they don't seem to have any issue with it.
Right.
So I think just the abundance of caution, we had them as a party just to eliminate anybody in the future arguing that this is somehow void on its face and that they're entitled to the ETJ. That's it.
Can we not go ahead with this?
You can.
Move forward?
It's gonna, in fact, I can tell you
We do
exactly.
annexation, get the release from Texas City.
I'll tell you, I even made a note, if you look at the actual agreement itself, under section 4.1, it's the obligation of Leech City to release part of the ETJ. It identifies what needs to be released, it's the exact same portion of land that we need Texas City to arguably release as well, so I think we just add an obligations of Texas City section and mirror that section and they sign off on the agreement, it becomes a non-issue. So I'll just recognize that approval will include, and I think the resolution does authorize the city manager to effectuate necessary documents to make this deal go through. I consider that to be part of this. So just recognize that your approval will include a slight amendment to this contract before the mayor executes it.
Do we need to amend the motion to approve it?
I think as long as you
Include the city of
recognize
Texas
that
City.
the motion reflects that the resolution gives the authority, or you could tweak it to allow for the agreement to be approved as amended.
So I'm in the motion to reflect such.
Okay, so the, Councilman King amends the motion to include the city of Texas City in their ETJ. Second is agreed to by Councilman Decker.
Yes.
Any more discussion?
Yeah, question is, are the exhibits A, B, C, and D part of, the agreement?
Yes.
And when will the maps be included that shows the legal description?
At final execution. So, and then it'll include all the legal descriptions and all the items. So
At final what?
execution, when we,
Before anybody executes the agreement, we'll verify that the exhibits match the description and then actually say what they do. If there are any issues that come up in that process, it'll be back on the agenda.
Okay, so we're approving this without seeing it. But
You're approving it without seeing the exhibits unless you would like to see the exhibits, in which case, I'm sure Chris will bring it back with the exhibits when they're ready.
I don't wanna put this off. These folks have been suffering long enough. We have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Item 15, consideration possible action concerning a resolution of the City Council of the City of Dickinson, Texas, approving a proposal for the professional engineering and surveying services by and between the City of Dickinson, Texas and IDS Engineering Group, providing for the incorporation of preamble, authorizing future execution of agreement by the city administrator for such services and providing an effective date.
Move to approve.
Motion by Councilman Henderson to approve, second by Councilman Deeds. Councilman Decker got the second.
I do have one question.
Discussion. Go ahead.
I'm looking at IDS's, quote here. And
Travis
also
is here if anybody has questions for Travis.
Travis and the city administrator. When we were talking about all these streets, there was 3 different types of streets we were addressing. Okay, these all say asphalt. Does that clarify that these are the streets with the full base engineering? I know it sounds,
no, so that's a fair question. So what these are is, okay, so anything that comes back as a design, it's just considered a full depth reconstruct, okay? So we can clarify that language. coverage. Secondly, these, we are not asking for any consideration of mitigation or improvement. They're going back pre-Harvey condition, pre-Harvey surface. So what this does is it allows IDS to jumpstart on design on so we'll have a total of 52 segments over a period of time. So this basically gives some authorization so that once we'll have a number that we can now send to FEMA and say, here's our probable construction cost, here's our design cost. They're gonna put those things in the hopper and they're gonna give us a letter that says, yes, you can proceed with these. So these, we're asking for nothing but to go back to pre-existing, pre-Harvey conditions.
Questions for Travis? Everybody good?
Let's do it.
Thanks, Travis. So we have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 16, consideration possible action concerning appointments or reappointments to the boards and commissions to the Dickinson Economic Development Corporation.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to nominate Bill Schick for the EDC.
Second.
We have a,
Yes.
we have a motion for Mr. Schick. We have a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 17 is executive session. The city council will now hold a closed executive meeting pursuant to provision chapter 551 of government codes, Farmers Texas codes annotated in accordance with the authority. Okay.
Since we were on EDC and we had another resignation, do we wanna,
It's council's pleasure.
Mayor, may I briefly, and I'm going back in the memory bank a little bit, but I think to properly effectuate the resignation, he's gonna have to submit it in writing
okay.
and sign. You're gonna have to accept the resignation before it's technically vacant. So
Okay.
I think we just wait till the next meeting to make sure it's done properly.
Okay.
Thanks.
I was thinking.
Sorry.
That's okay. Good question. Executive section, blah, 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 orders that ought to be contained in section 501.071, consultation with attorney regarding pending litigation and matters in which the duty of city attorney requires to be discussed in closed meeting. Section 501.071, consultation with attorney regarding pending litigation and matters in which the duty of the city attorney requires to be discussed in closed meetings, specifically the discussion of a collective bargaining agreement with the Dickinson Police Officers Association. Item C, section 501.074, personnel matter, discussion to deliberate the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or dismissal of the fire marshal. We will convene an executive session at 8:17.
Get a meeting tonight?